Welcome to EdFolio Talks with Coach Lex, the podcast where we explore the diverse world of education, sales, business, educational technology, and many more. My name is Ursula Loreno, the CEO and co-founder of EdFolio, and in this series, Coach Lex and I will be diving deep into the issues and ideas that are shaping the world of business, education, and technology. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Coach Lex. How are you tonight?
Hi, yourself. Good evening. And wow, you look so lovely tonight. Huh? You look like you came from a party.
Yes, exactly po. I just came home from a party. It's actually our grad ball in our school.
Wow.
But I would
Oh, I see.
miss an opportunity to record another podcast with you po, Coach Lex. So everyone, welcome to our third episode of our EdFolio Talk
Wow, third. Yeah.
Lex. So yeah, we are actually a little excited at the same time. We're trying to
Mm-hmm.
transition to our talks from talking about your book to talking about Edfolio
Mm-hmm.
in general, and pretty soon, Coach
Oh,
Lex
yes.
will be inviting other authors as well to join us so that it will be a party. Sabi nga nila, three is a party, di ba?
Right. Oh, that will really be exciting, no? To finally be able to talk also to other authors.
Yes.
Oh,
So glad to also meet you face to face finally po. It was really an awesome time, although it was really brief, but that's okay. We still have a lot more time to catch up and, talk face to face. It was nice.
oo nga, yeah. It was really a delight, no, when we saw each other in Cagayan de Oro, no, I think a couple of weeks back. And what I'm looking forward to is we can have a quick session face to face naman next time. Is that going to be a good one?
Yes, I think that would be a great idea. Yeah.
Right. Okay, tonight, as you mentioned earlier, we'll talk about EdFolio. So, well, very briefly, why don't you describe what EdFolio is?
Yes. So we want to dedicate this episode mainly also because it is actually EdFolio's anniversary. We started and launched, not really started, but we launched to the public EdFolio on May last year. So
Wow.
yes,
Happy anniversary.
thank you po, Coach Lex. And well,
Praise God.
yes, we want to celebrate, but we haven't really celebrated because this month has been very busy for the company. And although it's a blessing, but we want to
Mm-hmm.
prepare for maybe a grand celebration soon. But yeah, just to get the word out, May is actually the month we've officially launched EdFolio to the public. But we started the vision po way back 2021.
Oh, all
So
right.
so it was really a small discussion with my partners when we thought,
Mm-hmm.
why not create something like an e-commerce site for ebooks for our
Mm-hmm.
Filipino authors and teachers. It was mainly for our teacher educators because if we remember 2 years during the pandemic, a lot of our teachers were really forced to create their own modules, activity sheets, worksheets, right? So it really
Yes, right.
there. But I know for a fact, Coach Lex, even before that, we already have authors, teacher authors, that created a lot of these worksheets and activity sheets that they don't know what to do with it. It's just stuck
Mm-hmm.
on their computer desktop. And just share it with whoever's willing or asking to, borrow some of their materials. But there's really no platform for our teachers. So that was
Right.
really the start of EdFolio. And then we then thought, why not create a platform that can help all the teacher authors and Filipino authors. So, di ba, we have platforms, we have international platforms, but we don't really have a Filipino platform yet. Although there is, but it's a different, maybe it's a different vision for the founder of those platforms. But for EdFolio,
Mm-hmm.
it really started because we wanted to help our dear Filipino authors.
Yeah. Alam mo, ano, Orcel, no? I remember I was contacted way back in, I think 2 years ago, the same time that you launched EdFolio, I think.
Yeah.
I mean that EdFolio was placed online. And during that time, we were really looking for a platform for some of our ebooks, because during the pandemic, we came up with several materials. The first one was actually the now normal selling.
Oh,
And then after that, we came up with other materials as well. Except we had this problem of where to place it in terms of online books or ebooks. So my team and I, we were looking for different platforms, and we found it tedious to place the books or our ebooks at least in those platforms, no? So may iba medyo costly to place it, yung iba naman sobrang daming process to place it. And all of a sudden, I found this email coming from Edfolio and asking to if they can reach out to us. And so and that was an answered prayer, actually. And so we contacted Edfolio, and we had this meeting. Remember that first meeting that we had?
yes, I can remember it pretty well.
Uh-huh.
Because you were one of our first authors, and we really praise God.
Oh, wow.
A renowned author like you know, trusted EdFolio as a platform, as your platform of choice, you know, in launching your ebooks. Yes.
Okay, well, that's very gracious of you. I'm not renowned, but yeah, we did trusted, and we did place our faith also on the platform. And also because we learned later on that you're also a Christian, and so that was a very big plus factor to us, because we realized, okay, so I'm pretty sure they will also take care of our privacy concerns. You see, one of the things that you always have is that this, if you put your material online, no, baka mamaya, it will be open to piracy, and it will be open to people just getting your material. Not that you don't want people to access it, but syempre you want to protect
Yes.
also what no no I mean the
Integrity of your
materials that
book.
yes. So because of that, no, yung trust increased. And for the past 2 years, I could say that we really worked as partners, and that was really something. No, it was a journey that we took with you also.
Yes,
Galing.
right. Yeah, I can really remember so well, you know, when we started with the
Mm-hmm.
your launching of the solving the sales puzzle. It was one of our first, you know, big partnerships or collaborations that, you know, we did with Art Descendi, and it was really an awesome experience. That time we were like exploring platforms, you know, how to go about maybe the live the live launching of your book and other,
Right, right.
you know, virtual sessions and webinars. But you know,
Mm-hmm.
experience in launching or you know, collaborating with you in launching solving the sales puzzle was one of the most memorable experiences we had had with you and Edfolio. And I really praise God for our partnership, Coach Lex, and even until now we're still here, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and praise God. And during that launch, we were actually in Cebu doing a sales training there. No, we were there for 3 days. We were doing an actual sales program with the client, and we had to stop for like 6 o'clock in the evening because that was the live launch.
Oh, wow.
The And so that was really memorable because during that time we had to ask our participants to pose with us in a photo shoot along with the pages of the book. uh,
Oh, that's
and
nice.
so that was really nice, no? And then we had several guests speaking and talking about the book and about the stories that they've read from the book, and that was really encouraging, especially for an author to be validated by others in the industry and coming from others as well.
That's right, po, Coach Lex, and it's really a blessing to have partners like you and authors like you who trusts Edfolio. And since then, it has been very challenging. It has been a long one, but it's all worth it. And right now, we're slowly wanting to transition and strengthen the platform so that we can also so that this can also reach out to other authors who would like to sign up with us. Yes.
Wow, oo. May I ask, Urcel, ilang authors na ba ang nakapasok na or nakapaglagay na ng books nila sa Edfolio?
Yes, right now, Coach Lex, we actually have 70 signups.
Wow.
I think three-fourth of that have already at least uploaded one book or worksheets or their activity sheets. And so right now we're trying to reach out to those who have not uploaded yet, but they have already signed up, so that we can get the ball rolling in Edfolio. That's why we really want to go out to the authors first, because without our dear authors selling their books at Edfolio, there's nothing to buy. But then I praise God for a lot of authors, professors, teachers that have already uploaded, and we saw like some of their students buy it, and friends buy it, and hopefully soon we will get a lot more onboarded, so that we can push all out and promote Edfolio to the world. They can actually buy a lot of stuff or books and in different genre in or at Edfolio po.
Wow. 70 authors, no? That's a lot of authors. But you know what? I'm pretty sure there's other authors out there and there's other people who would like to be or to be writing books, no? Mga would-be authors
Yeah.
na nandyan, no? And if you're watching this or if you're hearing this podcast right now, I encourage you to visit Edfolio, no? Kasi talagang talagang this is a good platform. And kung sometimes, authors, this is the problem of authors is that they have the material, but printing books is really nice. And I have printed books also, but sometimes you don't have the budget yet. But you want that work to be published, correct? And if so, you need a platform, a trusted platform to put it there and to put it out there. And this is a very good platform, 100% Filipino platform that you can trust, Edfolio.
Praise God. Yes, Coach.
Mhm.
Thank you for promoting us.
Right. Orcel, I think this is something that we have to do and we will schedule. I think we need to collaborate and do a book writing workshop
Yeah.
online and even face to face. No, I mean that's a project that we should be doing in the future.
Yes, definitely.
Right.
Definitely, Coach Lex. That's a really good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you are an author or you would like to be an author and you have this materials in mind, no? If you have this topics in mind, stories in mind, or you just have this very wonderful gift of a new idea, a creative thing in your mind, join us, no? And soon we will be announcing this, but do join us so that you can hone that skill and you can finally launch and publish your own book, okay? And then put it out there via Edfolio. Wow.
Right. Thank you very much, Coach Lex, for that idea and for, offering to have that workshop with Edfolio and of course Arc Descende. We kind of really thought about doing that before, and maybe because of time and since we're really a startup and it's just me and
Mm-hmm.
at the time, sometimes we're really out of staff and no one to really help me organize. But this year would be, I know it will be a great year, and I hope we can do a lot more collaborations other than our monthly podcast. We can have that writing workshop either in, like you said, online or face to face, and it's going to be really a blessing for Edfolio and for myself, because it's going to be a learning opportunity also for me. And thank you so much po,
Wow.
Lex. Thank you po talaga.
And I think not only that, or sell, no, we can also have like an author's I don't know, parang convention. And we can do this online. By the way, I'm just speaking my mind and
Yes.
just doing this thing. No, why? Because this is
Ah,
how great projects actually are born, by actually speaking your mind, and then
yes.
ideas just come out. And this is how great partnerships also work.
That's
And so
right.
those are things that we can probably plan for in the very near future, in fact.
Yes,
Right?
along with our plan to partner with other authors and even invite them here in our podcast, so we can get to talk about their experience and also their experience
Right.
at Folio, di ba?
True, true. Um, okay. Now, before we move further, um, you see, we recently we developed this, and by the way, this is going to be a future part of the material, but
Yeah.
that we will launch also with EdFolio. But let me discuss this briefly. Um, we were trying to craft the journey of business people, of entrepreneurs, no? And the journey was like this. There's 7 stages that we lined up. There's the trying stage, sighing stage, crying stage,
Uh,
rising, um overcoming, and then flying stage, no? Tama ba? Was that 7? uh, so with trying, sighing, crying, rising,
wow.
that's 6 yata, no? Rising, overcoming, and then and then flying flying stage. No, sorry, thriving and then flying. So, bakit may gano'n, no? Kasi 'di ba, 'pag may idea ka, or I'd like you to think about the journey of Edfolio, as I briefly discussed this. Yung trying stage, when you finally have this idea, and then sabi mo, talagang gusto ko 'to, talagang, I like to do this, I want to do this." So, um you were very motivated, you were very inspired at that point. You knew Edfolio is the one to do, is the thing to do. Your partners
Yeah.
agree with you, even if others are saying, or still it will not work. It didn't matter. Correct?
Yes.
Because you knew for a fact that this is going to work and this will push through. And so talagang grabe ang motivation, no? Nothing can stop you. 'Di ba? Parang gano'n, no? And especially when you finally came up with that name, and you finally came up with
Yeah.
the technology, because setting up your technology is not easy, no? Kasi may payment, how do you set up the books, and talking to those implementers of the technology, it's not easy.
Oh,
But then, because you have those, and so you were really, you were really gung ho, and you know that you will succeed. I mean, that's the trying stage. But then, as you launch the business, did you went through the sighing stage? Alam mo na, yung parang it became tiring. It
mm,
became a bit frustrating, because
yeah.
nothing is happening. I mean, it's not really moving as you want. You envisioned it. People are not getting into it as as you imagined. And so parang 'di ba, minsan napapagod ka na, ay naku, ano ba 'to? Hi, that's the sighing stage, from trying, where you're very inspired, and then you went into the sighing, that you became a bit tired about, keep, you keep doing it, but you keep, getting rejections, you keep getting. Have you experienced that during that stage?
Yes, the journey
Oh yeah.
was really challenging po. It was really tough, but it really strengthened my faith in God,
Hmm.
and knowing that this is really His will and purpose. Because if not, He would not have provided for what I needed at the time. Eh. Even until now,
Right.
it's really a great journey.
Oh. And uh, from sighing, no, yung sobrang sobra-sobra yung ang dami ng rejections, ang daming objections, ang daming frustrations. You know what happens to the journey of entrepreneurs?
Mm-mm.
Trying,
Yeah.
sighing, and then you know what happens? Crying. And
Yeah.
you find yourself in tears, 'di
Yes.
ba? And
Yes. I had my fair share of that process.
and this is true. I mean, if you're listening and try to imagine the journey that you've been through. If you're an entrepreneur, you really go through these things. You're trying, you're motivated. Suddenly, you sigh, you're tired, and then you cry out of para bang desperation, and sobra na yung frustration, no? And so you cry.
Yeah.
um but you know what separates winners from those who fail? The winners, after crying, they go into the rising stage, which means they rise back up. Di ba pag nadapa tayo, no? We rise up. And I like what you said, Ursel, no? Because the Lord, sustained you. And that's why I always tell people, if you don't have the Lord in your life, it's difficult to get back up again because you try to count on your own personal di ba, achievements, and the things that you can do. Pagka nadapa ka tapos walang Diyos sa buhay mo, how else can you get back up again?
Yeah. And it was really an awesome journey because, time and time again, God has proven himself faithful. And that, the feeling where, we read the Bible, we know the truth, right? But then
Mm-hmm.
every time when we're faced with a difficulty, it's always a parang mahirap na na decision whether you trust him or you break down and cry and say, Lord, I give up, di ba? But then once you have proven your faith in God,
Mm-hmm.
have overcome it by His grace, the blessing talaga, Coach Lex. I'm telling you, parang wow. Parang I'm already in the stage where I'm slowly reaping the harvest.
Oh,
The seeds of faith that I planted over the years, parang ngayon na siya nag-slowly put into place. And I really praise God for His amazing grace talaga. Tsaka, everything, the doors that have opened to EdFolio and School Tech at this point. I'm really in awe. So grabe talaga.
wow, congratulations. By the way, guys, Orcel mentioned school tech. On the succeeding episodes, we'll talk about school tech, and in fact, Orcel will give us a taste of the journey that she's going through right now in school
Yes,
tech.
next.
Pero
Next.
that's going to be on the next
Yes.
in the next episodes, no? Pang-artista ang peg ni Orcel dito.
Yeah,
Tama ba, Arcel, no? Okay. But what's the next yan? Sa next natin.
that's it.
Okay. Kanina you mentioned you're beginning to overcome, di ba? You're
Yeah.
beginning to overcome. Kasi actually, yung rising, well, sabi natin kanina, it separates, di ba, yung winners from those who lose. Pero alam mo, pag nagro-rise ka, you're still within your comfort zone. Di
Mm,
ba? You're still within. Kasi you just rise back up, which means you just stood up. But you're still in your comfort zone. You know, para talagang masiguro mo that you will go into towards or move forward towards success, you need to overcome, 'di ba? Pag
yeah.
nag-o-overcome ka na, that means now you're beginning to take a step outside your comfort zone. You're beginning to push yourself outside that comfort zone, and that's exactly what you have been doing, Orcel, no, through the years. No, you've been pushing yourself outside that comfort zone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Grabe talaga. It was really you know, the journey na parang, walang, it's a journey like no other. It's really my first, a lot of firsts from 2021, 2022, and now 2023,
Galing. Mm.
I'm still there like, wow, another learning, another experience, another new experience. So,
Wow.
but I have gone every step of the way po. That is for sure.
Ang galing, galing. And you know what? Uh, Once you are used to overcoming, di ba? Every time there's a challenge, there's objections, there are problems that you encounter. you just you just get used to it na, no? You overcome lagi, overcome, overcome. And it doesn't mean you stop crying. It doesn't mean you stop sighing. However, what happens is that you always rise up and you always overcome. And once you get used to overcoming, then that's the time that you will get into the thriving stage. And in fact, your cell is beginning to thrive. And in the next episodes, no, pag chinare natin niya
Praise
sa atin ang school tech, may kita natin, it's beginning to thrive. It's beginning to blossom, di ba? And bloom.
God.
And after that, after the thriving, paano ba yung thriving? 'Di ba yung parang yung nakakita na kayo ng picture sa sa internet, yung halaman, yung bulaklak na tumubo sa concrete,
Yes.
'di ba, no? So,
Yeah.
parang gano'n, 'di ba? Amidst all challenges, 'di
Around.
ba?
Yes.
Correct, against all odds, yes. Tumubo do'n, no? Imagine, see yourself, she launched her business, yung EdFolio, during the pandemic,
Yes.
'di ba?
Grabe. Oo.
And let me just give a little background about those. I mean, Orcel is a school owner, and can you imagine if you own a school and it was the pandemic? Can you actually imagine how it was during the first year of the pandemic?
Yeah.
It was terrible, right?
I really saw how schools literally grapple through technology. It was like a do or die situation at the time, Coach Lex. A lot of our schools closed down, but praise God, with technology, we were able to persevere through the pandemic. But it was really hard times for schools, and
Wow,
yeah, without technology. And I think that was really the start there, Coach Lexe, when I saw that this was the problem. Schools were not prepared. Now pandemic has opened a lot of doors for educational tech. So one of that is EdFolio. And di ba, doon natin
galing.
nakita
Mhm.
na, yeah, there's actually a need for this so that schools would not be, it won't be hard for teachers, for schools, for parents, for students to use
Yes.
supplementary materials to use for their classes. Di ba po? So, yon. And also, I'm excited because EdFolio will be integrated to school tech. That was really the original plan. That's why we wanna grow both of these platforms together, and that it will help each other grow. So if school tech
Wow.
succeeds, EdFolio succeeds, and if EdFolio succeeds, school tech will also succeed. So parang ganun siya, and it will be, it will help each other out. Schools and teachers will be able to access EdFolio right at the platform of school tech. So parang ganun talaga yung vision namin for EdFolio po.
Wow, no? Kaya kitang-kita dito, that's the story of no, yung rising, 'di ba?
Mhm.
Rising, overcoming and thriving, 'di
Yeah.
ba? Talagang makikita natin. Imagine, no, from the pandemic, ang hirap ng business, sarado ang schools, 'di ba? And yet, because of of course of God's blessing, and because also of yung perseverance, no? Kita natin yung EdFolio para siyang bulaklak, 'no, na tumubo, 'di ba, sa
Yes.
isang
Yes.
concrete jungle. Wow! That's really encouraging na na example
Yes.
na now once you're thriving, eventually now that's when you get into the flying stage.
Yeah.
Now, and that's something to watch. And then in the future, we will see Edfolio, we'll see School Tech. Maybe others are wondering what's School Tech. Next episodes, you will learn more about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, in the future, and by God's grace, we'll see Edfolio and School Tech really flying. When I say flying, is that not just a lot of authors or thousands of authors getting into the platform of
Yes.
Edfolio, but also a lot of schools getting into school tech, and a lot of schools and teachers and students and other professionals like me
Yeah.
subscribing to Edfolio. And so that's when we see the flying stage. It may take years or
Yeah.
months. It depends on how the Lord wants it.
Yeah.
But what we see right now is that, yung Edfolio business went through from trying, sighing, crying,
Trying.
and then to rising,
Yes.
overcoming, and thriving stage. Congratulations, Ursula.
Yes, Coach Lex. Thank you very much. And it has really been a great journey with you and with other authors with EdFolio. It has been a really great one. And we really praise God and thank you for trusting us. And, we really want to dedicate this episode to all of our authors, especially you, Coach Lex, and to all our authors out there that trusted EdFolio even when we were at the crying stage and the sighing stage, at those moments you were there and it was a validation that we are actually doing something right and we're on the right track because we were able to help you, especially you, Coach Lex, and the other authors. And thank you so much, po. And I really want to talk more about EdFolio, but then we're almost out of time. But we just want to say it's very easy to sign up at EdFolio, just like Coach
Oo
Lex.
nga. Paano ba? Paano ba mag-sign up?
Yes, you just need to go to www.edfolio.co. So baka .com yung iba. So it's .co, and then
.co.
yes, once you're there, you just click sign up, fill out necessary details. So same yung first sign up ng buyer tsaka author. But if you want to upgrade your account to seller, you just simply need to click become a seller at the top
Mhm.
left side of your profile or portal. So there you have to input another details or more details to become author, like your ID. I think at least we can validate that you're a real person, and then your payment details, your email, and all the other necessary details. Just fill it out, and then we will just approve your account, and then voila, you can start uploading and sell your book at Edfolio at no cost. And so it's simply commission basis. A lot of other startups and friends that I told them about that we just only get 15%. They said, wow, that's really very small. And I mean, it's really a good help for authors because I know a
Mhm.
lot of our authors are struggling because some of these platforms are really taking a lot of your hard-earned money because that's your book. You've sweat and blood, you've written that over the years, and we just want to be fair. And again, Adfolio really is a help for our authors. So I
Oh,
hope
yes.
this word gets out, and to all our dear authors there, or you don't know how to start writing, or even if you already have a lot of books, just simply go to www.adfolio.co and you need to ask us something. There's actually a chat box in the platform or in the website. You can just start a chat and ask our representatives about anything that you want to know. And yeah, thank you very much, Coach Lex. Thank you also for dedicating this episode for Edfolio. It's really I'm really very thankful for you and for your support over the years at Edfolio. Arc Descende, thank you
Oh.
so much. Coach Lex.
Yes, you're welcome. You're most welcome, Marcel. And guys, remember this. For those who would like to know more about writing and being an author, just stay tuned because soon we will announce, no, Marcel and I will announce when that training will happen and when that convention of authors and would-be authors will happen.
Yeah.
And also, if you are an author right now and you have materials, not just books, right?
Yes,
Even
everything.
workbooks and
As long as
anything that
digital.
you can publish and you want published, just go to www.edfolio.co.
Yes.
Okay? And madali lang. I guarantee, napakadali lang ng process nila of signing up. Oh.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And we'll see you there. And next month, let Ursel know. We'll
Yeah,
have
we'll see you
another
in my next
episode.
episode. Yeah.
Okay, so see you guys and
So
have a
much.
very good night.
Yeah, this
Ah,
is
yes.
my host. I'm Ursel Loreno. I'm the CEO and co-founder of EdFolio. And with me.
And I'm Coach Lex of Art to Sandy.
Yes. Saying goodbye to everyone. See you on our next
Good
episode.
yes, goodbye everyone. God bless you.